Hello guys, welcome back to our anime explainer. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of upcoming episode of Soul Land based on novel. So let's start. In a pitch black room, in front of a completely dark purple figure was a giant dark purple gate of light. She already had 1 foot inside that gate, but at this moment, the gate of light trembled violently, a faint blue light flashing past. This is the dark purple figure dulled for a moment. Another one, there's actually another one. Fine. Wait for me, I will definitely return. While speaking, she resolutely stepped forward. That dark purple gate seemed to swallow all light. The next moment, the figure and the light both disappeared completely inside the dark room filled with sinister aura. Little San, congratulations. Daimubai looked at Tang San, his expression somewhat frustrated. Not so long ago, he'd still been the strongest big brother of the Shrek 7 Devils, but now the difference between him and Tang San might be insurmountable. Looking at Tang San adorned in sea god raiment, he even felt a bit distant. After all, in terms of strength, they were already in different worlds. What are you looking at me like that for? Don't recognize me? Tang San smiled a heartfelt smile. His voice was the same as before, without any difference, and the tone was equally familiar with his friends. As he spoke, Tang San's golden blue light suddenly dwindled, all the armor and even the sea god 8 wings melting into him. All that remained was a golden blue robe, and even the sea god trident turned into a ray of light that disappeared into the sea god brand on his forehead. A moment ago he was still the sea god with world-shaking power, but the next, Tang San's completely restrained presence felt no different from an ordinary spirit master. He seemed human. Of course, his hair was a bit longer than before. Ma Hongjun exhaled, great, third brother is still third brother. I thought after third brother became a god. Actually, you are the main force against Spirit Hall, not me. Tang San smiling grabbed Xiao Wu's hand. It was damp and ice cold, and Tang San glanced a bit guiltily at her. He knew the cold sweat on Xiao Wu's hand was because she had worried about him. Little San, aren't you mistaken? Oscar, of course it's you. Don't tell me it'd be me. True, I've already become the sea god. But Spirit Hall also has the god of angels Qian Renshua. Xiao Wu, you absorb the spirit rings too. Tang San caressed Xiao Wu's black hair, smiling. Xiao Wu suddenly shook her head, looking at their comrades already absorbing spirit rings, and spoke softly. I know what you're going to do. Gee, didn't you promise me that no matter when, you would never leave my side? There's no hurry to absorb spirit rings. I want to go with you. Tang San laughed in spite of himself. Why? You're still worried about me. Xiao Wu said, it's not worry. I'm just afraid of being inferior. Xiao Wu of course knew what Tang San was going to do. Having inherited the sea god's divinity, the first thing Tang San had to do was answer Qian Renshua's challenge, meeting god level as god level. Silly girl, what are you thinking? In my heart, nobody could compare to you. You are my most important treasure. Don't tell me you still don't understand. Qian Renshua is indeed strong, but I love the person, not the strength. In my life there can only be one person I love, and that person is named Xiao Wu. Fine, since you insist, I'll bring you. Xiao Wu nodded happily, holding tightly to Tang San's waist, sticking her face to his chest. Led by Sea Dragon Doluor, the 7 bowed simultaneously. We greet the Lord Sea God. Tang San waved a hand, and a stream of pure energy pulled the 7 title Doluor back up. His movements were very gentle, but the energy he released was still something title Doluor level powers couldn't compete with. You 7 seniors need not be too polite, even having inherited the sea god's divinity. I'm still the Tang San from before. You can call me by name when there are no outsiders. I am also saddened by Senior Bo Saishi's death. But she had a good ending. Sea Dragon Doluor looked distracted a moment, glancing at Tang San's comrades. After absorbing the spirit rings they got this time, Tang San's friends would clearly all become title Doluor, no weaker than these 7 sacred pillar guardian Doluor. They also had such a close relationship with Tang San. Sea Dragon Doluor didn't understand why Tang San would let him take up the role as High Priest. Lord Sea God, your comrades have also received the Sea God's power. The High Priest originally let them assist in completing your inheritance in order to let them assist your rule over the ocean in the future. It's more suitable for one of them to be the High Priest. Even though Sea Dragon Doluor was tempted, he still said what he thought. Tang San smiled. Senior Sea Dragon, you don't need to decline. They are all my brothers and sisters. The Guardian Doluor all looked at each other. After Tang San inherited the Sea God, they had never thought that not only would their authority not weaken, but on the contrary strengthen a step. This was their home, and after serving as Guardian Doluor for so many years, which of them would like to give up the power? The seven didn't hesitate. Under Tang San's crystal-clear gaze, they knelt simultaneously, speaking respectfully, "We accept the Lord Sea God's decree." Tang San smiled slightly, accepting their bow. His status was different now, and he had to accept this ceremony. It was necessary. Once the seven title Doluor bowed, Tang San took his leave and brought Xiao Wu to soar into the sky. The sea god 8 wings appeared on his back, quietly spreading out, and with a soft wave, everything around them became vague. Tang San's current flight speed was incredible, but in his arms Xiao Wu didn't feel even a breeze. Sea Dragon Doluor and the others seem very grateful. Xiao Wu smiled. Tang San had at last completed the inheritance, which was also the most dangerous trial. Her excitement was now gradually spilling out. At Tang San's mention of marriage, Xiao Wu couldn't keep from blushing, quietly leaning against Tang San's chest. This time I really feel like I've almost become your wife. Tang San said, even if Qian Renxue isn't a contemptible person, we still have to be on guard. With the protection of my Sea God Source power, you and me have become one. As long as I don't die, there is no energy that can break the Sea God's light and hurt you. Xiao Wu glared unhappily at him. Don't talk about dying. You're a god now, you're immortal. Tang San laughed out loud. Right, I'm a god now, I'm immortal. Xiao Wu, don't worry. I will definitely win. Qian Renxue floated quietly in midair. Her angelic raiment had already turned deep golden, the power of the pure true sunfire. She had already seen the golden blue shooting star in the distance. A long howl issued from Qian Renxue's mouth. The true sunfire she absorbed into her surroundings, and already permeated the angelic raiment exploded, the sacred angel sword pointing at Tang San, her divine sense instantly erupting. Violent waves instantly rose all over the surface of the sea. Even kissing Xiao Wu, Tang San sensed the enormous threat from Qian Renxue. With a cold snort, he waves his right hand and Xiao Wu was drawn into his wishful 100 treasures purse. This was the safest option, with the dual protection of the wishful 100 treasures purse, and his sea god power. Qian Renxue couldn't harm Xiao Wu no matter how strong she was. Brushing his right hand over his forehead, the sea god trident appeared in his palm out of nowhere. Strong golden blue light exploded, the sea god's divine sense rolling out like a raging wave, stiffly forcing Qian Renshue's divine sense out of the range of the ocean. As sea god, he was the protector of the ocean, and Tang San wouldn't let Qian Renshue's divine sense harm the creatures within. Qian Renshue's gaze hardened, retreating quickly as she floated in the air. Instead of competing with Tang San in divine sense, she stayed clear of the enemy to target his weakness. She shot back more than 10 kilometers like a bolt of lightning. Qian Renxue was a lot older than Tang San, but in battle experience, she discovered that she had far less. That Tang San could win from a position of weakness was admittedly inextricably linked to his twin spirits and personal strength, but how he combined his wisdom with all manner of advantages let him produce fighting power far surpassing his strength. That's why Qian Renxue was already doing all she could to establish a battle in the sky where she held the advantage before the battle had even begun, and not above the ocean where the sea god's successor Tang San had the advantage. Seeing Qian Renxue quickly withdraw, Tang San revealed a faint smile. It seemed she really had learned something. Not chasing Qian Renxue, Tang San held the golden blue sea god trident horizontally next to him, attentively watching the opponent 10 kilometers away with a faint smile. I've kept you waiting. Tang San, congratulations on becoming sea god. Qianrenxue looked at Tang San holding the sea god trident, dressed in a golden blue robe. She discovered that her pulse actually accelerated a few beats. There was a somewhat hallowed air added to Tang San's originally graceful temperament, as well as a mystery even she couldn't see through. Mystery was one of a man's strongest charms. Don't mention it. I think I have the strength to fight you head-on now. Thank you for starting off leniently in the past. I think I already understand the reason. If I win today, I will equally spare your life and give you a second chance. And a favor, you understand? Qianrenxue was shocked. She couldn't keep her god's heart from swaying, her mind instantly recalling the delicate scene from her god of angels' inheritance. Tang San sighed. He didn't explain, that was already superfluous. Only force could prove everything. Crystalline blue light emanated from the blue sea god brand on his forehead, the sea god 8 wings on his back unfolding. Next, dazzling golden blue light instantly spread out, quickly fitting to Tang San's body. With a powerful sonorous crack, pieces of dazzling golden blue armor equipped, the stunning might of the sea god raiment appearing before Qianrenxue. The size of the wings wasn't much different from her angelic wings, but there were 2 more, actually 8 in total. Since when did the sea god possess wings? What made Qianrenxue's pupils contract even more were the 10 spirit rings slowly rising around Tang San. 9 red and 1 blue, 10 dazzling spirit rings were revealed in front of her. All at least 100,000 years cultivation or more. Qianrenxue felt herself start to breathe faster. She understood that Tang San's previous confidence really wasn't arrogance. After he inherited the sea god's divinity, he really did possess outstanding power. After the initial shock, Qianrenxue quickly made herself calm, slowly raising the sacred angelic sword in her hand at Tang San. Scorching hot true sun fire exploded from her body, pure gold and golden blue formed a bright contrast in the sky. Their divine senses clashed against each other, one the sea god backed by the ocean, one the god of angels bathed in sunlight. Qianrenxue attacked first. The true sunfire she had been storing up was already too enormous. If it didn't erupt, even she couldn't bear it. The sacred angelic sword pointing at Tang San suddenly rose, and in that instant, surging pure golden flame leapt up with a rumble, an enormous pure golden shadow appearing above Qianrenxue, pointing straight at the sky with her sacred angelic sword as the core. The purest water element instantly transformed into a crystalline, blue bolt of unspooling silk, spiraling up, drawn into the air by the sea god trident. Qianrenxue of course wouldn't wait for Tang San to finish, charging up. That 100-meter-long true sunfire blade cut down, with cold bolts of black lightning flickering in the air. A faint cold smile appeared at the corners of Qianrenxue's mouth. She had already absorbed a large quantity of true sunfire, while waiting for Tang San's arrival, waiting for him to come close. The sea god trident slashed a vast arc in the air, that newly forged sea god's heart radiating light, instantly sucking in all the water element that still hadn't been ruined by the sacred sun sword. Qianrenxue's divine sense instantly exploded, trying to cut open unfixed storm's rings of light. But Tang San was already prepared, and his divine sense equally exploded. With a soft flap of the sea god 8 wings on his back, a wave-shaped golden blue light shot towards the sky, forcibly severing Qianrenxue's divine sense connection to the sacred sun sword. Along with the unfixed storm, it also forcibly dissolved the sacred sun sword itself. Close quarters combat. Tang San feared nobody. Facing Qianrenxue's attack, Tang San used Ghost Shadow Perplexing Step, and he flickered in the air like an illusion. The sea god trident left lines of illusory light and shadow, producing one golden blue ring of light after another. Seeing the golden blue rings of light rush towards her, Qianrenxue instantly sensed intense danger. The angelic 6 wings on her back instantly extended, and her original fast momentum forward came to a stop, actually forcefully stopping in mid-air. With a beat of the 6 wings, she made a sharp 90-degree turn in the air, shooting towards the sky. The sun became Qian Renshue's backdrop, an enormous golden shadow extending behind her, exactly the same as her body. The sacred angelic sword rose high, Qian Renshue's phoenix eyes squinting, her vermilion lips opening softly, spitting out two ice-cold words, angel, judge. The atmosphere between heaven and earth trembled violently. Tang San felt an incomparable scorching heat spread through his whole body. The sea god raiment instantly released unparalleled golden-blue radiance to block the invasion of the golden light, but even so, he was still forced down out of the sky. Under the illumination of that scorching light, his movements turned extremely slow, and the divine power within his body melted away like snow. Qian Renshue used an unimaginable 90-degree turn plus a lightning-fast divine ability switch to hit Tang San. This god-level combat technique was undoubtedly the benefit of her recent days. Sea God, devour! Tang San exclaimed in a steady sonorous voice. He slowly raised the sea god trident in that light of judgment. On his chest, the rhombic blue gem shone. Surging golden blue light swept from Tang San, instantly forming a 10-meter golden blue whirlpool swirling around him, forcing away the light of judgment hitting him. Qian Renshue's eyes flashed. As the controller of the light of judgment, she could naturally sense the powerful resistance Tang San raised, but she of course wouldn't give up the chance to keep the advantage. The sword of angels cut across in the air, blending into the light of judgment as a cross-shaped star. Angel, purify. Boom! The light of judgment suddenly exploded, turning into a giant pure golden ball of light that completely swallowed both Tang San and his whirlpool. The temperature rose in a straight line, climbing to a terrifying several thousand degrees in practically an instant. This light of judgment come light of purification was extremely sticky, and Qian Renshue moreover constantly poured in the power of the angel god, and drew down true sunfire, and that ball of pure golden light grew bigger and bigger. The temperature also rose higher and higher. Qian Renshue wanted to use the terrifying energy to refine Tang San. Tang San flung back the sea god trident, a millennial space directly erupting behind him. With support of the sea god's power, the second form of the golden 13 halberds showed its proper power. With a violent blast, wild energy waves produced explosive force. Certainly, the true sunfire did restrain Tang San, but the energy was strongest from the front, while behind him it was a bit weaker. With the blast from millennial space, a crack was instantly forced open. Qian Renshue's divine sense always tracked Tang San, and she naturally wouldn't give him the chance for a counterattack. The angelic raiment shone brighter, the true sunfire strengthening one step further. The crack was mended in just the blink of an eye, never giving Tang San the chance to escape the cage. But Qian Renshue still underestimated the sea god's strength. Or one might say she underestimated the power of the ocean. Qian Renshue condensed true sunfire, and what Tang San formed this golden blue giant dragon from, was the true moon water in the ocean. True, the sun was more limitless, and even more powerful than the ocean. But the greater the force, the more difficult it was to control. Qian Renshue was the god of angels, not the sun god. She couldn't completely absorb the energy of the sun, and could only use a part of it. And Tang San was different from her. As the sea god, all the power of the sea was at his command. In the divine world, the god of angels and the sea god were both main gods. But which of their successors was strongest was up to the background of the successors. The 100-meter giant dragon, condensed from true moon water, suddenly surged and knocked against the true sunfire furnace from behind with a roar. A tornado of steam instantly shot towards the sky. The true sunfire and the true moon water dragon disappeared simultaneously, and Qian Renshue was also flung away by the blast. But she was still happy rather than alarmed. True, Tang San had counterattacked and broken her true sunfire furnace, but she clearly sensed that the heat of her true sunfire had substantially consumed Tang San's sea god power, at least more than she had spent. Since both sides had to rely on divine power to recover, if she constantly expanded on this advantage, victory would be hers. Tang San was already close to the ground, and he really did look much worse off than Qian Renshue. The blue hair across his back was messy, and he repeatedly flapped the sea god 8 wings to balance himself. But his eyes were still undisturbed, deep and distant. As if he wasn't influenced at all. Qianrenxue held her right arm straight and inclined, the sacred angel sword forming a straight line with her arm. Gaudy pure golden light radiated from every part of her angelic raiment, holding the sacred angel sword in her hand and heavily slashing down. With her right shoulder as the center, she quickly cut out a giant circle, the sacred angel sword leaving behind a string of afterimages. The instant the circle was complete, a pure golden halo appeared around Qianrenxue, and within this ring of light, pure golden light instantly surged, like a sun descended, appearing behind Qianrenxue. Angel domain. Sun, angel, 10,000 suns breaches heaven. The countless Qianrenxue shouted with one voice, the clamor thundering in the air, the sound making the ground crack around Tang San. Within the range of that pure sunlight, even the land started to sink. Raising his head to look up, Tang San closed his eyes. Slowly raising the sea god trident to point to the sky, his expression seemed a bit serious. The sea god trident slowly rose, that rippling blue light slowly condensing around it. The rhombic gem on the sea god trident suddenly shone, and with him as the center, those water blue ripples instantly spread out. The sky was golden, but in this instant, the earth turned blue. The sea water turned golden from the light in the sky also returned to normal. Sea god domain. This video will end here. Thank you for watching.